Hi guys, I'm back with my weird ass looking microphone. But alas, here we are. I'm back. Yay! I'm trying to make this a thing. If it sounds noisy in the background, I have the AC. And I'm not gonna shut it off. I don't give a bibble. And also I noticed on past recordings it's like so weird, like the mic all of a sudden gets like trippy and like my voice fluctuates, and you know what I'm talking about if you heard the other recordings. And I don't know, maybe it's the computer, maybe it's the program, or maybe it's the microphone. I mean, give me a break. I just know how to plug it in. I got this program installed. I don't know how to tweak it or fix it, so until then, please deal with it. Or I might be doing it purposely because it does sound kind of groovy. It sounds kind of like trippy, like if I'm trying to hypnotize y'all. I am not, though. Just look at my finger as it goes back and forth. No. Anyways, lots to talk about. Yeah. I saw the movie Joker. And I loved it. I was kind of like, oh my god, am I the Joker? Minus the killing. Because remember, if you guys saw my first post, which was like about 3 weeks ago, I said that I am starting this thing where I still haven't had the guts to do open mic. For now, I'm just talking to y'all. But I want to do comedy shit, which I don't think I've been doing my comedic shit online or like on these podcast things, because I'm like, I don't know. I think I'd be better with a crowd. But I feel I am being pleasant with you guys at bare minimum. Anyhow, I saw the Joker and I totally related to the Joker. Is that okay? Is that okay? Yeah. He starts his whole spiral going down and his whole new career as a menace to society because of tragedy in his life. And you know, the whole comedy thing, like, he wants to be a comedian. That's what I want to be. And what motivated me was, as I've said previously, my little Lucky. So I was like, oh my god, I totally related. I have yet to kill anybody. I don't think I will. Verdict's not out yet. Yeah. I loved the movie. Loved it immensely. So, I'm kind of gonna rant. I am extremely displeased with the reviews. I know everybody is entitled to their opinion, but I love the movie so much. Of course, I wanted to read the reviews because I was like, oh my god, what are other people saying? You know, you want to like, you liked it. I knew I was gonna read some bad reviews, but the fact that reviews upon warnings about the movie, I was astounded. I was like, a review is supposed to be intelligent. It's supposed to be a real observation of the movie, and to write it off as like a movie about an incel that goes nuts and starts attacking people was so cheap and so like these people that saw the movie, did they even sit down and like watch it, or did they make up their mind already because it was a white male? Like, it was so offensive. Like, such a well-crafted script and a great story, amazing dialogue, wonderful characters, and for it to be dismissed as like, oh, it's just an incel. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? An incel, from my understanding, is a involuntary celibate. Now, without giving any spoilers, because I would hate to do that, his interaction with a woman is not even, and watch the movie and you'll see, it's not even that long. Like, the woman doesn't get a lot of screen time. And guess what? He was already bonkers before the woman. He was already on the verge of committing crimes before the woman. He committed one of his first crimes because he was assaulted. Had nothing to do with the woman. So to say that it's just so, it's just not even like exercising your mind to like be like, oh, write it off.
and to get paid. These journalists are getting paid to write these reviews, which is just like, did y'all watch the movie? He started his downward spiral to becoming a criminal because, number one, without giving away any spoilers, he was betrayed by loved ones. He was betrayed by the system. Again, this man is off his medication. This is a movie about a man who has mental illness, and I'm not condoning his actions. That would be ridiculous. He is a fictional character. Let's all remember that. But he was off his meds because he wasn't, the system, wasn't providing it for him anymore. Loved ones betrayed him, and some people assaulted him. Nowhere did he commit these crimes because a woman rejected him. Nowhere. So, again, reputable newspapers and magazines are saying, and a lot of them were written by women, which is really, ladies, the arrogance. It's he went bonkers because he couldn't get a date. That's so dismissive of the mental health situation. Let's completely ignore that, right? Wow. And let's ignore that he was attacked, almost killed when he decided to defend himself. Again, I'm not condoning his actions because he does hurt a lot of people. And you can't compare him to these criminals that did mass shootings. Those people shot strangers, unprovoked, innocent people. The Joker, on the other hand, everybody that he really hurt, except for the people that assaulted him, they were all loved ones. What the Joker did was personal. It was those isolated crimes you hear on the news, where somebody in a family did this horrible thing. It wasn't I hope you know what I'm saying. There's a difference between people just shooting strangers and doing that, and then there's people that have domestic violence or a breakdown in the family unit and they shoot their loved ones. That's kind of where the Joker went. When he really, flipped a switch, he really attacked people he only knew. And the only time, again, not giving away spoilers, I'm not telling you who he hurt, but that was his descent to madness. And again, how disappointing. I hate to be one of those people that gets mad at frivolous shit, but I actually got upset. I was so thrilled to see the movie. And then I'm reading reviews and news about oh, be careful. I'm again, if you watch the movie is also showing how society is culpable for creating, exasperating, sorry if I don't say words correctly, but almost creating so many things could have been prevented, and again, the system let him down. I read, I got so mad. It was on the news that in a theater, a man was applauding during some of the killings, and people were telling him to shush and to shut up, and then he went a little irate. I'm yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to poke the bear. Somebody's applauding killings, and you're telling him to shut the fuck up. And then you wonder, oh my God, why did he freak out? Can we all take some accountability? Let's not poke the bear. Seriously, that actually happened to me. I was clapping in the movie, and somebody shushed me too. I was I just clapped harder. But it's I don't think Joker would be the movie to shush anybody. But yeah, I'm just saying. And what I did find fascinating, how accurately they portrayed New York during that time. I remember when I was little, I would see New York was so, it was crazy. Peep shows everywhere, the people on the streets, and for some time New York improved, and guess what, it's going back to how it was, which is so unfortunate, because it's supposedly we want to better the situation here in America. Oh my God, I always say I'm going to be funny when I do these little YouTube things, and I end up not being. Like, I'll play it back to myself, and I'm like, ay. What the fuck was I talking about? Maybe in my head I'm funny, like the Joker. He thinks he's funny and no one laughs at his joke. Yet I did laugh at his joke, so maybe that says a lot about me. But anywho, yeah, New York. It's going back to the way it is, and it's so unfortunate. And like nowadays, because you can't do anything, because like let's say if like unfortunately a lot of like homeless people. I've heard other comedians make comments about this, so please. And this is just an honest observation. I mean, I was just there the other day in New York because I went to see the play Ain't Too Proud, the story about the Temptations, you know? I know you wanna leave me, but I refuse to let you go. If I have to beg or plead for your sympathy, I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg, sweet darling, please don't leave me, girl, don't you go. Ain't too proud to plead, baby, I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Yay. The music was great. I had a great time. But the horrible thing that happened afterwards was, like I said, I was just there on the beginning of last week to see the play at the Imperial Theater. Great play. Like I just sang to you, great songs. They sang Papa Was a Rolling Stone. I did not know that. Had no idea. So the play was also educational. Anywho, yeah, I was in New York, bro. It's fucking terrifying. I don't think I'm gonna go back. Fuck that shit. Like, I don't mean to be crude, y'all, but it used to be like, you know how it was bad and then it got temporarily nice, I guess because of Rudy Giuliani. Everybody hates him. Can I even say that? But it was kind of true. It kind of got nice. And it's like now people are like, no, let people leave, let people be like on the streets or da-da-da-da. But it's like a lot of them, I'm sure, need help. A lot of them are like, some of them are mentally ill, some of them like need medical attention because of drug use. And it's like, why shouldn't like people like, you know, pick them up and take them somewhere? I know, because it's like looked on and frowned upon as wrong, but it's like Times Square is deteriorating massively. Like, it's not even, it's actually getting scary again. So tourists, beware. Like, all my life I've gone to New York. All my life, never a problem. And this was the first time I'm walking after the play and I see a gentleman and he looked like Stephen King, and I just glanced at him and I thought to myself, oh, he looks like Stephen King. Shouldn't have glanced at him. He bumped into me like boom, like so viciously. Like, it was like I almost fell to the ground, and I'm like, fuck. And the person I was with, they were like, what happened? I'm like, I just looked at that guy, you know. I was like, oh, look, he looks like Stephen King. And he's like, you should have made eye contact. And I'm like, so it's gotten to the point that you have to look down. Sad, right? He was like, you know, somebody who's mentally unstable, probably, you know, those people like, what are you looking at? You looking at me? Like, they'll perceive it like that. And it's so true. There's even a scene in The Joker, which you'll guys find out if you watch the movie, where somebody just gives Joker attention and he misconstrues it as that, oh, is it something more? So sad. But like, wow. And then whatever, we went to eat pizza, and I'm at the pizzeria, and there's this woman eating a slice of pizza, and there's this man who comes up to her and asks for money. Like, I remember back in the day, like, homeless people were polite. They'd ask for money, and you'd either give it to them or you don't. Like, this woman said no, and he got like loud and in her face, and the people at the pizzeria had to like physically remove him. And I'm like, shit. Like, it was kind of like, yo, let's take our pizza to go. Like, it was literally like, what the fuck is this, like Apocalypse Now? Like, it was like a danger zone. After the play, you gotta like run to, like, you know, your public transportation or your car or whatever. It was like so sad, because New York is amazing, but it's like things are actually looking like the movie Gotham. Yeah. Like, dead ass. Like, it was very bizarre and unfortunate too. But yeah, I had a great time. And I had a great time besides that, because hence the play was amazing. But yeah, the movie was great and the play was great. But nevertheless, that shit really bummed me out when I was like hit. Like, I was like in pain for 3 days afterwards. I was like, what the fuck is that? That was insane. So anyways, what do I do when I want to decompress? I watch cartoons. And no, don't watch anime, okay? Because I know, like, things are like, it's weird. Like, things are acceptable now, but unless you label it. Like, again, people had to label the Joker movie. Like, that still annoys me. Because it's like, I think a lot of people, like, when people were mad that that guy was, like, applauding during the killings, it doesn't mean that he's a killer. It means that the movie, of course, the movie is designed for you to have empathy for the Joker. Like, let's be real. And that isn't the first movie that's done that. I mean, if anybody's ever seen The Talented Mr. Ripley, that guy was a killer. That guy was a bad guy. And yet, when you're watching the movie, you're kind of, like, rooting for the character. Like, oh, don't get caught. Da-da-da-da. You know, I don't remember how it ended. Was it Gwyneth Paltrow and Jude Law in it? And what's the other guy? The Talented Mr. Ripley. I forgot his name. Matt Damon? Was him? I don't know. Whatever. You're actually rooting for the bad guy, and you catch yourself like, oh shit, what am I doing? It's because you're into the movie. Like, don't go into the movie like ready to dissect it. Like, you can only really truly enjoy something if you dive into it and just like experience. Kind of like I did the play too. I was singing along with them. Hell yeah. Shit. Yeah, like, ugh, I hate people. How disappointing. Anyhow, like I said, when I want to decompress, cartoons, and no anime, because I know it's only acceptable if you watch anime. It's like, it's cool, dude. No, I watch straight up cartoons, children's cartoons. They bring you peace, dude. Like, it's so nostalgic. Precisely one of the reasons why Joker was so great. It was very nostalgic. It's like, you kind of movies nowadays don't have that feel, and the fact that the movie made you like feel like you were in that time, like, there's something really yummy about feeling that. So yeah, I got on Netflix and I saw, I should like be a promoter for Netflix, I'm always talking about it. I saw that they had Inspector Gadget, and I'm like, oh my god, how great, Inspector Gadget. So I got on it, and to my horror, this is serious stuff, guys, what I'm talking to you about. And do you know why? Because you might be like, oh my god, it's just a cartoon. But remember, we all need to decompress. It's people that go wackadoo that don't have that outlet to, like, whether it be meditation, whether it be, I hope it's not any vices, because that's not cool. But for me, it's cartoons, guys, or coloring. So yeah, I saw Inspector Gadget, and I was like thrilled, because I'm like, oh my god, I get to hear the theme song, which is the best part. Fuck Penny or that dog. It's the theme song that I was like itching to hear, you know? So, to my dismay, I click on it, and you guys should click on it too, just so you'll be horrified. I clicked on it, and hold on. It was no theme song. No theme song. It was a horrible, horrible new song. New song. And I was quite horrified by the song. Like, if you go on Netflix, you'll be horrified. I don't know what you'll do. Maybe you'll start protesting or something. You'll actually write a letter, because you'll be like, what the fuck? I know I will. The song is horrible. The song is updated to be hip for these children nowadays. Fuck that. Like, did you notice how shows don't have, like, theme songs anymore? Like, that's like your bread and butter. That's like, that's the meat of it. It's the best part. Do you guys remember the theme song? Dun 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 dun, Inspector Gadget. Dun 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 dun. Ooh ooh. Dun 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 dun, Inspector Gadget. Dun 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 dun. Go, Gadget, go! Go, Gadget, go! Inspector Gadget. Ooh, ooh. Inspector Gadget. Yeah. Have you even guys, when you go to a club or a bar and they play the techno version, it's gonna be lit. I never hear that. You tend to hear that when you're like in another country or something. You'll hear the Inspector Gadget like boom 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 boom. That's when you know it's gonna be a good night. But yeah, I guess this was God, I don't know. I can never see how long I talk on these things. That's that. I'm not gonna tell you anything more. I don't want to keep ranting at how mad I'm at these journalists. But hopefully you got some more good stuff out of me today. And if not, tough bibble. I shall be back. Again, I enjoyed doing this. And I was saying to you guys, I like it. I also sing, so. But let me stop this. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, I'll be back.